Every story has a beginning. And this story began 6 years ago. Looking for the next big adventure, we settled on the French Broad River. And while I knew this trip would have an edge to it, I underestimated the impact it would have on the paddlers. The plan was simple. Start at mile 0 in Rossman, North Carolina, and paddle all the way through to Douglas Lake, Tennessee. And in between those 2 points, we would find 160 miles of everything a river could offer. There were beautiful mornings, golden days, hard portages, late nights, and everything else you could imagine. One thing that stuck out to us was how different each segment of the river was from another. And the Cherokee knew this as well. They named the different segments of a river based off the characteristics of the river in that area. There was the chattering children at the headwaters, the place of shadows found along the fertile valley, the long man for the river after hot springs. But the section of the river that was most transformative both for our group and the paddlers involved was Tahkeeosteh, where they race. We knew that this section would bring with it the brunt of the big adventure and the excitement. What we didn't know is how much it would come to define the whole trip. From the very beginning, Tahkeeosteh wore down Adam. Feeling he wasn't quite up to the task, he bowed out at Marshall. Brian and I continued the journey, and he was staring down the barrel of the most challenging water he had ever faced. But he also found himself staring at some of the most beautiful views he had ever seen. It's almost like the prize you get for running the gauntlet. Places like Paint Creek, Section 8, of course that hamburger at Hot Springs, the views themselves inside Section 9. To take in these views and to live the experience, you have to live the adventure. You have to keep going. And of course, as with any great adventure, the bedrock is not knowing what the outcome will be. There may be a price you pay. There may be a memory you don't want to make. But at the end, if you just keep going, you can look back, you can look deep inside, and know that you are one of the few that has ever done this in a loaded touring kayak. And now, 6 years later, 6 new paddlers want to run this gauntlet and join Club 9. And so begins the story of the return to Tahkeeosteh.